Let's get ready, say go. This was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Let's go, this was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, turns today, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, don't be afraid, you got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala! Zooming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. At the past, you may take seem all the same. If the road ahead should lead you so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ELW proudly presents KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, people? This be your boy Smith, as always, joined by my North American thick boy tag team partner, Mattitude 22. What's going on, Matt?
Just another Monday night, another Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of highlights of everything transpiring with the Women's World Championship. So the show hasn't officially even really started yet. Big ups to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not Worlds Collide, Marin. I just put that as a title because it is Worlds Colliding. Because, yes, TNA will have a representative at this coming, what is it, next week? Or it's next week, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Where she will challenge Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's title. So there's a bit of worlds colliding as far as that's concerned. Also, there is talks like there is a relationship going on now between TNA and WWE. So, from what I was heard, that tapings have gone on halt for a minute for TNA. So I don't know what's going on with that, but they've kind of
Oh,
halted some production, and I think they another one of like their producers or something stepped down.
I mean, I wonder, I wonder if it's like maybe the NXT partnership came about a little bit. Like maybe it came about quicker than what we realized, and maybe it was a thing where like, okay, we need to kind of push pause for a minute because we want to maybe incorporate some of these elements going forward where well maybe that like 3 weeks ago that wasn't the plan, you know.
More than likely, because I would assume that because it seems, and we talked about this last Friday, um, because Jordan's pulled up on NXT, this opens up the door for a lot of NXT superstars to go over to Impact and wrestle over there, and exposes them to a newer audience as well as exposing the audience to NXT, or for the NXT audience to be exposed more to TNA.
Yeah.
You know, so they probably halted tape because it's like, you know what, we need to restart because they, if you watch this week's Impact, you can clearly see it's a taped show, but they found time to shove in the Jordan Grace showing up in NXT, so you could tell like, okay, someone's working at the helm doing the editing because this was a taped show, but you managed to splice in Jordan Grace showing up at NXT. So it's like, yeah, we need to start, like, our show should be the hype should reflect what we're putting on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like I think it's no secret, and we kind of talked about this a little bit on Friday, but I think it's no surprise that Jordan Grace has an NXT women's title match against Roxanne Perez, and then her her next pay-per-view match for TNA is an open challenge. I don't think that's a coincidence. And Slammiversary is in like what, a month? Like I think Slammiversary is in July.
Yeah.
So let's say they had already written all their television going into Slammiversary, and they're like, okay, like this is gonna be all the plans, this is what we're gonna do for Slammiversary, and then all of a sudden this NXT partnership is on the table, and they're like, oh shit, we got we might need to pivot because if there's a possibility like we could get some NXT guys on Slammiversary, then yeah, like we need to kind of pivot and we need to kind of work this out. So
I think like it's definitely interesting because, like I said, I think it's a good move for TNA to go with doing the NXT thing than trying to do the main roster. Because if they go to the main roster, they're dead on arrival.
absolutely, no
They're
question
dead on
about it.
arrival. SmackDown, Raw, they step up there. There's no one. No, and it's no disrespect to TNA, but there's no one on their current roster right now that even looks like someone that would be side by side to the main eventers in WWE right now, the main roster.
Like, okay,
Like
you could
maybe
say
like Moose, yeah, maybe. But I mean, like let's be real. Like the main event seemed like, yeah, Josh Alexander's great, but he shows up on a Monday Night Raw. He ain't gonna get that kind of reception because you know
Moose.
it's gonna be kind of 50-50 on that.
See, I think because, and I know people will always kind of like they'll always kind of like deny this, but I still think a large majority of people that watch Raw and SmackDown do not watch anything other than WWE. Where
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of
I
that.
feel like I feel like the NXT crowd is a little bit different. Like when Triple H was running NXT, he was bringing in all these like indie guys, and I think like it kind of brought that indie crowd into NXT. Where, like I said, I think a lot of people that watch Raw and SmackDown, they probably don't watch TNA. Like I know there is a portion that do, but I'm saying like I think the large majority they wouldn't understand somebody like Moose because they probably don't watch TNA. Where I feel like the the NXT crowd probably does.
And like I said, it's good
That's
for
just my thought. I,
NXT.
I
It's
could be
good. It's
wrong.
good for NXT to give their guys a little more experience with TNA because they got a lot of good veterans over there as well. And like I said, it's good for TNA getting them out there and on a bigger stage, even if it is NXT. Like I said, it works perfectly because, like I said, there's nobody really on TNA that is not on paper. It's not gonna do anything on the main roster, but just get lost in the shuffle. It'd be like an Invasion 2.0 almost. Like it would just go south. And this is even without having McMahon at the helm. It just wouldn't work. But TNA,
Marin, you're
but
totally
with
right.
but with NXT, there's room for like dudes could go over there and take a L and not really be hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It is common knowledge, but like I feel like there's still that vast there's still that majority of people that'll kind of argue, even though you are correct. It is common knowledge, but I think NXT is the smarter move because the thing too with NXT is like I really feel like Jordan Grace will probably win this match
I wouldn't be
because I
surprised if
don't
she
feel
did. I
like
wouldn't be surprised if she
like
did, bro.
and I don't want anybody to take this out of sort. I don't think they care about NXT that much. I don't
Nope,
think
because
WWE cares about NXT in the grand scheme of things. I don't think they care about NXT, but like let's say they care about Roxanne Perez because they're looking at Roxanne Perez as somebody that could come to Raw and SmackDown and be a huge star on that show. I don't think they care about NXT in that sense, but where I
nah,
think
I
they
gotta disagree
probably
with you
would.
on that one though. I think they don't care in that sense like how McMahon used to, but I think they do care about it again the way NXT was meant to be, which was developmental. It was developmental.
What I'm saying,
And get them ready
what I'm
for the
saying
Raw and the
is,
SmackDown. And the best way is like, hey, we don't feel comfortable bringing you to Raw and SmackDown now just to have you get lost in the shuffle. But see how you do on Impact. See how you do on
what
Impact.
what I'm saying is I don't think they care about NXT in the sense they don't care if Jordan Grace wins the NXT women's title and takes it to TNA for a couple weeks because it's not going to change anything in the grand scheme of things. Whereas they're not going to have Jordan Grace beat Liv Morgan and take the women's world title away, but the NXT women's title, they'll let that go because it doesn't matter because in the grand scheme of things NXT doesn't really matter. In the
No, but
grand
but but,
scheme
but
of
this will
things,
kind of
it's
make it matter because
Roxanne that
then
matters.
it'll put eyes on both products. That's why I said this is good for both of them because it's like Jordan Grace wins the NXT title. That puts whoever was a TNA fan probably might return, and who wasn't a TNA fan will now show up to see what happens next. Vice versa for
Yeah.
NXT. NXT will get now that new viewership and TNA fans and NXT fans that might have just like, you know what, I don't care to watch it anymore, might come back. And so,
Do
like
you
I
know what
said,
I do
it
you know what I'm
benefits them
saying?
both no matter who wins the title. But I think giving it to Jordan would be the optimal thing, just storyline
Do,
purposes.
do you know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna let the women's world title go away right before a big pay-per-view in Scotland.
Nah, they're not
But
gonna
they'll
take
let the
that. That's what I said.
NXT.
They're not gonna take the
They'll
major
let
title.
they'll.
That's why. That's why I said they didn't go to Raw SmackDown, because there's no sense trying to combat her up
Yeah, that's what
against
I'm saying.
the women. So it's like, NXT is the brand that could take the beating and not lose anything, because it's like, hey, by all accounts, this is developmental. This is developmental.
Exactly. Like if you look at look at the thumbnail, for example. The most important piece in that picture is not the NXT women's title. It's Roxanne Perez, right? Like that's what I mean. Like, to them it's like, okay, well, yeah, like take the title off Roxanne, sure, because you know what, we're gonna bring Roxanne up to Raw, so we could position her as like a huge star for us, and then somebody else will beat Jordan Grace. So like that's why I do think NXT is the right move, because it makes it feel like more like if you look at this match on paper, it's really easy to say like, oh well, WWE's not gonna let one of their titles go away, so Roxanne's obviously gonna win. But no, I think they will, because it's the NXT title and not
And let's
one
not
of the
forget,
main roster's
we're
titles.
if we lose the major women's title in NXT for a minute, you're about to get a new North American women's champion. So there'll still be a
Exactly,
women's
yep.
title in the stead of if the actual NXT women's title is now, MIA for a bit, because the champion works for another company. But, okay, real quick. I'm Theo Theorian here, because there's a lot of things that have happened, and that it's like, what if? This is what if. What do you think would be the chances, the percentages that, like, maybe WWE might own TNA now? Because, like I said, like, Jordan Grace shows up. She did the Rumble thing. Cool, fine. That was nice. It was cool. The Forbidden Door, blah blah blah. But now she shows up here. Tomorrow night she's got a match booked for NXT against one of their new girls that I've never heard of, Stevie Turner. She must be new to the fold, but she's got a match against.
She's been around for a minute.
Yeah, but nothing really that prominent. But here she is now, because it's time to start bringing up the new class a little more. So she's going up against Jordan Grace, and like I said, TNA's put halt on their stuff. Like, it just makes me feel like, not that they maybe own them or bought them, or kind of in the ECW style of like, we'll finance certain things for you in the exchange of, talent swap. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, again, it's not.
Because I mean, that's what they did.
Impossible.
That's what they were doing with ECW back in the day. They were covering some of their bills in exchange for talent.
And again, like we have Against All Odds, I think, is later on in June. Like, what if it's a thing where Jordan Grace, if Jordan Grace wins the NXT Women's title, and then brings it to TNA, and then let's say Roxanne shows up at Against All Odds and beats Jordan Grace for the Knockouts title, and then she brings the Knockouts title to NXT. So you know what I mean? Like, you switch the titles for a little bit, so that way you still have Roxanne as champion on NXT, but she's got the TNA Knockouts title, and then at Slammiversary, maybe you do like a title for title match, or like a winner takes all match or something.
I can see it. Maybe. We'll see. Jimmy, what's going on, Jimmy? Endeavor does own the TNA library? That's interesting. I think, real quick before we keep going back into TNA, we got Ludwig Kaiser taking on Sheamus right now, the opening contest, after we had a whole segment with Liv and Dominic and Finn and blah, blah, blah. But now we actually have some wrestling happening. But with this possibility now of a TNA versus NXT, who and what would you like to see kind of like crossover? Who from each show? Like, what teams would you like to see show up in NXT, and who from NXT would you like to see show up in Impact? I think we definitely got to get a Joe Hendry. Definitely got to get a Joe Hendry.
Absolutely not.
Nah, it's perfect. They're gonna get Joe Hendry, son. They're gonna say his name and he's gonna appear.
I think actually he needs to go away altogether.
Why are you disrespecting our local hero? Your local hero.
Is he a piece of garbage?
Come on, that's water under the bridge.
No, come on. Damn.
I'd like to see kind of this babyface Wesley go up against his former Rascals. That'd be something.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I kind of think there could be something with Mustafa Ali.
Ooh.
Like, it would be kind of interesting.
Have him come back as X Division champion and shit.
Yeah, like have him come back as X Division champion, and his whole pitch could be like, "Hey, like, look, do you see like this company never believed in me, and they never gave me opportunities, and then look what happened as soon as TNA gave me an opportunity, I won their title." You know what I mean? Like, I think that could be interesting.
I would like to see Speedball Mike Bailey show up to maybe face like Nathan Frazier or like Axiom or something. That'd be a decent match.
Like, I don't want to see the system. Like, leave your bigger players out of it for now, you know?
Okay, but so who would you bring in? Because if you bring in a lot of the lesser TNA, you're literally just bringing in ex-WWE guys then. If you take the lessers.
Yeah.
So you have to take the top talent. So you have to bring in ABC. You'd have to probably bring in the system, even though, Brian Myers has been around, but nobody knows about Moose and Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards. So you could probably bring them into the fold. Trick versus Moose.
Trick versus Moose. Nah.
Because like I said, if you start bringing in who you start bringing in the other dudes, which we gonna bring in Nick Nemeth. Gonna bring Nick Nemeth.
No.
Is Santino gonna show up to chastise his daughter?
What about Josh Alexander?
I mean, definitely bring in a Josh Alexander.
What about Hammerstone?
Definitely Hammerstone.
What about bringing Eric Young, having Eric Young come back to NXT, or what about Laredo Kid, or man, you could even fuck around and do something with AJ Francis.
I mean, there's possibility, but I wouldn't want them to go back to just bringing back former WWE. I'd rather have them bring back TNA people that nobody knows than bring back the faces that are familiar. I'd rather.
That's why I don't want it.
But like I said, if you're gonna bring back AJ Francis, have Rich Swann then introduce him, but have Rich Swann come out first.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Because they already know who he is. He's already top dollar. He's already known the flub. So it's like, nah, it's not gonna be a welcome back. But it's like, if you brought Rich Swann, or like instead of having an Eric Young who they've already familiar with, I'd rather you show up, bring out Frankie Kazarian, someone who they've never seen. Because like I said, like if you bring out a Sami Callihan, they might remember him as Simon Crow, but who knows?
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like don't bring anybody in that's already familiar to the audience. Bring in the ones who they've never seen. That's why it's like, okay, it was fun when Mickey came out and did it, but it made more when Jordan did it, because Jordan's never been there. She doesn't have a history with the company. It's a
That's why I
completely
don't
new
want to
phase.
see Brian Myers.
Yeah, I don't want to see him either. But you're gonna have to. He's one of the exceptions that you might have to bring if you want to bring up Moose and Eddie Edwards. You're gonna have to take the system.
Moose can come. Leave the rest of the leave Hobo Eddie Edwards.
Well, unfortunately, they're the tag team champions, so you kind of don't have a choice at the moment.
They better lose those titles. I think they better lose those titles.
Yeah, but if they lose the titles, they're gonna lose it to Nick Nemeth and his brother.
That's right.
And they're not gonna bring back. Are we gonna pull out Broken Man? Like I said, that's why I said you gotta bring in. You gotta pull out ABC. You gotta pull out dudes like Kazarian. You gotta pull out dudes like Speedball. You gotta pull out. Like I said, if you're going to bring them over here, you got to bring anyone who hasn't been here before. So, not a familiar face. So I'll even take Jake something. Bring Cody Deaner. Bring everybody that's an Impact dude and female that's never touched ground on WWE soil. Because as soon as you bring back a familiar face, it's not going to work. Not as good as you would like it to be. Because you already know these dudes. So it's like, bring out the Jake something. Let me see DK. Bring out Rosemary and Havoc. You know what I'm saying? Bring out all the faces that have never stepped foot in these doors. None of these people outside of probably being background extras. I need you to bring those people. Don't bring in the ones we've seen before. That's why I said, you need a Joe Hendry. You need the Joe Hendry.
Anybody but him.
You ain't got no choice, especially since the song went popular especially since a month ago the song was hot on Spotify. Nah, they're definitely gonna scoop up Joe Hendry.
Anybody but him.
Just to pimp out the theme, son. Come on, man. It's gonna happen.
Anybody but him.
You know what I'm saying? You bring in Natasha Steeles. You bring in the what's that chick's name? She's no longer the quintessential diva. Gail Shaw.
Gail Shaw?
Yeah, she's not the quintessential diva no more. You bring those people in like the Spitfires and shit like that, or hell, let's see some Masha Slamovich in NXT.
Bring anybody but Joe Hendry.
But it's like dudes like Trent Seven, gotta stay. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like Santino, gotta stay. Dudes like Nick Nemeth, you gotta stay. You can't come. You too familiar. Eric Young, even though you a TNA original, you spent a little time here. You gotta stay. You too familiar.
I don't want to jump too far ahead. Like, let's kind of see how this kind of plays out, because I don't want to.
Well, that's what I said. This is just me. I'm trying to just throw out the fantasy booking of, like, I think this would be the better way, especially if you're trying to expose unfamiliar audience to your product. Don't just give them WWE guys. You can't sit there and say, hey, look at this new product. They're different than us. How are they different than us? Here's Rhino. You know what I'm saying? Here's Tommy Dreamer. You know what I'm saying? Here's a familiar face you already know. And it's like, well, that's not going to help. Show me something new. That's like I said. It was impressive when Mickey showed up at the Rumble as Knockouts champion. And even then, they didn't acknowledge it properly. They just called her the Impact Women's Champion. But then it was like, yeah, it's cool to see her back, but she was familiar. But Jordan Grace was different, because it was like, oh shit, that's not she has no ties here. The last time I saw Jordan Grace on a WWE program was literally a background. It was a backstage segment where she was an extra. An extra.
Like you have to think about it too. Like you have to look at it from a WWE standpoint. You think about who would they want to bring in, not just who you want them to see, but who would they want? Who would be like, who would it be beneficial for them to bring in? Like Jordan Grace makes sense because Jordan Grace is probably someone that they're scouting, and probably when her TNA contract expires, she's gonna get a fat money offer from WWE. So that makes sense from that standpoint. Like they're not gonna bring in somebody like Tommy Dreamer because they don't give a fuck about Tommy. They don't want to fuck with Tommy Dreamer anymore.
If I was a better man, they're probably looking at dudes like they probably are looking at dudes like Josh Alexander, Hammerstone, probably
Joe Hendry,
probably Moose Joe Hendry. They might be looking at little dudes like the ABC, maybe even a Speedball. Like
yeah.
they probably looking at these dudes and like who's their blue chippers on this roster? Cause you sure like, they sure shit ain't calling Ash by Elegance. They not.
Cause let's be real for a minute. This is WWE. They're not trying to give us fantasy matches for the sake of giving us fantasy matches. They're not trying to give us all these like fantasy matches just to pop us as fans. They're gonna bring in people that they want to potentially scout, that they want to potentially make offers to. That's why probably they're not gonna bring in like probably Brian Myers. Probably he'll be the one that gets left behind, and probably he's someone that they're not scouting. He's someone that they're probably not interested in bringing back. You have to look at it from that standpoint. But like Joe Hendry, he's a young guy. He's super charismatic, great on the mic. He's in ridiculously good shape. That's somebody that WWE wants. That's absolutely somebody that WWE wants. So like someone like him, he's almost a shoo-in. Or like Moose is somebody that they tried to get before, they tried to sign before. So yeah, you have to kind of look at it from that standpoint. They're not going to bring in Ash by Elegance. They're not bringing in Rhino. They're not bringing up washed up Tommy Dreamer. They're not bringing in fucking Heath.
Yeah.
Probably they're not bringing Nick Nemeth because they've already fucked with those guys. I think they're looking at
they're
like
too familiar. They're too. We didn't have nothing for you when you were here. Why would I bring you here to do a crossover? So it's like I said, it would make more sense to just like, hey, who's your guys? We got some blue chippers here that we can send your way that you can play with. But let me play with Alexander. Or let me play with ABC in your tag division. Let me see what Speedball can do. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. We don't. You can keep Steve Macklin. We don't need him. We had him. He was a forgotten son. We forgot him. You keep him. But let me.
So I think.
I don't know. I don't even think they would even take Kazarian because he's kind of past the prime here. So.
I don't think they would take Kazarian because I think that's probably WWE's mindset. Is probably they want to fuck with people that they could potentially. I don't want to use the word poach, but in a sense they want people that they could poach. Like they're looking at Jordan Grace because that's somebody they want. Like as soon as her TNA contract runs out, she's gonna get a huge offer from WWE. That's probably why they're fucking with her so much, because they're like, hey, let's familiarize our audience with her now, so that when her contract is up, we can sign her and bring her in. People will already know who she is.
And don't forget now, we still got Julia on the back burner. We still got Julia cooking. She ain't ready, but she's still cooking. She's still cooking.
I mean, whenever she heals from her injury, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so she's still on the back burner. We got Julia cooking, marinating, getting real tender and good, delicious for the crowd. And then you sit here and go, okay, we bring out Jordan, let her fuck with our peoples. We might put the belt on her. We might give her that extra rub just to make her. Like I said, what I always say, man, you want people to be treated like stars. You got to treat them. You want them to believe they're stars. You got to treat them like stars. And the best way to bring her back in is like, oh, not only is she a TNA champ, but she's a former NXT champ. So if they ever decide, hey, we want her on main roster, listen, they're gonna put such a fucking shine on her. It's ridiculous. You think the shine she caught last week was something? Please.
So I think at the end of the day, like, that's what we have to remember is for this, because NXT guys showing up on NXT, it doesn't benefit NXT. And like Jordan Grace showing up on NXT, it's not going to give NXT a ratings bump. But let's say like Roxanne Perez shows up on TNA, then yeah, that gives TNA like a huge bump. So I think you have to consider like you have to consider like what does WWE have to gain, and have to kind of look at what we want and what the reality.
Well, there is something to gain
Again,
from
like,
it, though. There is something to gain. They tap into
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
They tap into that market of the AEW smart marks who love all that crossover forbidden door shit. It gives them a forbidden door, and they love the
That's why,
and
like,
the smart marks love the forbidden door. That's what WWE gains from it. It's like, oh, we're not getting the AEW crowd because they love all this indie shit and Forbidden Door type stuff. So let's give them our own Forbidden Door. We do this shit with TNA.
Yeah.
We do this here. We get them in. Like I said, it brings more eyes on NXT, which is just our developmental. It gives TNA more eyes because now they're being more talked about. So like I said, it's a win-win all around. A win-win all around.
But like I said, at the end of the day, I don't think they care about any of that. I think what they care about is who can we potentially bring in, like who can we potentially bring over.
Oh, that's
like,
for definitely.
what
they want to see who out of the TNA has value. They want to see who out of the TNA roster has value.
As much as Mustafa Ali showing up would be interesting, like, probably he's not getting invited because they've already had Ali and they did nothing with them. They want people that they could potentially bring
they
over.
They saw no value
in
Mustafa.
Side.
That's why they let him go. They saw no value.
Exactly.
But it's like they saw the reception Jordan got at the Rumble. They saw how she performed. Mm-hmm. They saw how she did business, and they're like, okay, we can see there's some value in her. There's buzz in her name. People were excited to see her there. So it's like, okay, let's see how it did again. And like I said, she came in. I don't think there's really many times you hear a WWE crowd chanting TNA, but they did that shit. So it's like, okay, she has value. She has a lot of value. She has a good look. She has presence. Nah, people might scoff at her for like getting as jacked as she did, but listen, the Jordan Grace of like 3-4 years ago wasn't gonna get the same deal. She wasn't. Cause like I said, the last time I saw Jordan Grace on a WWE program, she was a background character in a segment, and it wasn't the muscly Jordan Grace. It was still this thick mama pump. It was that Jordan Grace. And that Jordan Grace was not getting signed. This one? Different story. Different story.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think that's what we have to look at. Like, we have to look at, like, what does WWE have to gain? People that they want to poach, people that they want to bring over. You know, plus two, like, they're doing this show in the UFC Apex. They want to make it a big show, right? Like, they want to make this the biggest NXT pay-per-view of all time. That's probably why you got Ethan Page too, because probably Ethan Page is somebody that they're looking at, because Ethan Page checks almost those same boxes as Joe Hendry, except I think Ethan Page might be a little bit older. But like Ethan Page is somebody that checks those exact same boxes, where he's in really good shape, he's really fit, he's a big boy, he can talk, he's charismatic, like he checks all those boxes. So that's probably why Ethan Page has no contract right now. He's a free agent. They're like, hey, like let's bring him in and see if there's something here, and maybe we could do something here.
I think he could definitely spice up the NXT division, especially being a heel. So, and I don't know if you're the one who said it, but yeah, I could definitely see him taking the title off of Trick Williams.
I did, yeah. I think he could. The thing with Trick Williams is I think Trick Williams, it was almost a bit of a Hangman Page scenario, where I think for Trick Williams it was more about him just kind of winning the big one and just kind of winning the championship. But now that he has it, like he doesn't need to have a super long title run. He doesn't need to have a 6-month title reign. You know what I mean? Like I think it was more about getting him that first title and having him step out from the shadows of just being Carmelo Hayes' hype man, and okay, like now Trick is his own man. He's been NXT champion. He stands on his own. He could drop the title now. Like he could drop the title to like somebody like Ethan Page,
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just picked up 2K24. Working on new ELW 2.0. So no. Oh, by the way, anybody, no show this week for Rage Quit because we Waffle House Arena is under maintenance. So, but I am happy to announce that we have signed a lot of new acquisitions to the ELW roster. So there's going to be some new faces showing up for ELW. So you might want to stay tuned for that. So it's going to be hot. If you thought the first year was something, it's only going to get better.
Are the Thick Boys still going to be there?
Of course, we're the tag team champions. Where we going?
Okay, good. Nowhere.
That's what I said. I got a lot of work to do, so I don't think I'll have enough time to do that and the show. So like I said, we taking a week off for some maintenance at the Waffle House Arena. Is Cheeto getting on the roster? I don't know, Marin. I'm thinking about that fucking light skin. He might. Who knows? But we do got some prime top tier locals coming in the mix, son. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Got some new acquisitions just showing up. It's just gonna be good. I'm telling you. Some familiar faces coming back. Some new faces. Oh man, year 2.0 is gonna be slamming, son. It sucks that I gotta redo all the belts because it's like, damn, can I just import the ones on the last version to the? They're like, just up there, man. Come on, I'm using everything. God damn. I can understand if they don't. I can understand if they like don't import like the stuff I added to it, which is fine. I can add that myself, but like just import the whole thing I made, so I don't gotta sit here and redo this all over again. But it shouldn't be that hard because I got the copies of the old belts still, so I could just kind of fashion them from the other one, so it ain't no issue. But it's just tedious.
Did you check out that MLW show, Battle Riot?
I did see they got a new title. They got a new world title. They got rid of the big dinner tray, which I like the big dinner tray belts.
I actually like that too. I actually like that belt.
But they got a smaller one now. But it's kind of messed up because the middle is like platinum MLW logo, but the L's not red, so it's just all platinum MLW. And it's like, damn, that little bit of red might have helped more with the belt, made it pop more, because it's like gold plated, and then like the center is like platinum with the MLW logo and the globe and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess they wanted it to be more and more, just, it looks better. It's nice. It's not a bad title. I'll give it, compared to like the shit that AEW be making, it's an improvement.
What's wrong with what AEW is doing?
A lot of the titles they have are just kind of lazy. Like the host title, the TNT title. They're just kind of lazy. WWE 2.
I don't know if it's lazy. I think it's just that's what the belt is. They want that TNT network logo to be front and center.
And it's like WWE where it's like, we don't want to make different titles. We'll just make them all the same and change the color of the straps.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it's fine. It's whatever, man. I ain't gonna no sleep over it or nothing like that. But what we got going on right now? We got a kind of crazy match between Dragon Lee and Finn Balor right now.
Yeah, see, this is where it's like 99% of the time Raw is absolute dog shit, but every once in a while they'll give you something that's like actually worth watching, like they'll give you something like a Dragon Lee versus like Finn Balor, like they'll give you something that is actually good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I guess two, Becky Lynch, her contract expired, so she's out.
You think she's going anywhere? Or you think she's just taking some time off?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I would think she's probably just taking time off because it's like, listen, you got the machine behind you when you with WWE. Your book wouldn't be a number one bestseller if it wasn't for the machine.
But is it one of those things where does Becky want to wet her beak a little bit and kind of see what's out there? Like I'm not suggesting going straight to AEW, like that's not what I'm suggesting, but is it something where like Becky Lynch is like, man, like it'd be cool to go to Japan and have like a little run in like Stardom, like that would be cool. Like is there something there
I would almost
she could maybe want to get out there a little bit.
I could see her doing like one-offs, like stuff like that, but I don't think she's looking to be outside of the country, especially with a kid. Like maybe if she had no kid, it'd be different. But like it's like once you get a kid, like you're not trying to go that far from your kid. Like maybe if you said Seth Rollins, that's different because it's a dude, but a mother ain't really trying to leave the kid like that. Like you see fucking half the time like Jay Cargill, her kid in the audience, like they're not going that far from their child. It's like I don't see Becky just off and off like, hey, I'm gonna go to Japan for a while and leave my kid here with my husband. Like, unless they all went with her, then yeah.
Real quick, y'all in the chat are just saying that she's just taking time off, and she'll be back. Remember when y'all said the same exact thing about Adam Copeland? Remember when everybody said Adam Copeland was never gonna leave WWE and that he was a lifer? That's what I'm saying. Like you can't be too quick to say you
I
can't be too quick to
mean,
say something will never happen.
to be fair though, I'm pretty sure Adam Copeland's sitting with them crutches right now, like, yeah, WWE wouldn't let me do that shit though. WWE
You
wouldn't
know,
let me do that shit. I probably would have I would have broke my femur. But that's alright,
I
cause
don't think
even he
he's
admits he's like, yeah,
I don't
I got caught up in it. I got too reckless.
I don't think he's thinking WWE would have never let me do that. I think he's thinking I wish I kind of didn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, listen, like you can't be too quick. You can't be too quick to dismiss things. Like you can't be too quick to just say, oh Becky will be back. For sure she'll be back. You never know. Like a lot of people are a lot of things are happening that you would not really expect to happen. Like if like why didn't she re-sign before she left then? Like why didn't she re-sign and be like, okay, I'll sign my new contract now and then I'm taking time off. Like I'm not saying she's gonna go somewhere else, but I'm saying you have to consider the possibility, right?
I mean,
Because that's the
I
same
consider the
thing everybody's
possibility she could go anywhere else, but I feel the possibility of her going anywhere else outside of the country probably not happening because she has a child, and not like a grown
but she might
child, but a still like still a child in the sense of like I need my mommy type child. She ain't just about to up and walk away from that unless the child's coming with
Marin,
them.
what hasn't Becky done in WWE yet, Marin? She's won every accolade they have. She's won every championship they have. She's Becky is in the same boat. She's done everything in WWE. I'm just saying you have to consider the scenario. Like she might want to have a run in Stardom. Like she might want to take some couple months off and then be like, hey, I'm gonna go have 2-3 matches in Stardom, or I'm, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go work on Stardom for a little bit. She can work in Stardom. That doesn't mean she has to move to Japan. She can fly to Japan once a month and then fly home. It's not like nobody's suggesting she has to move to Japan, but like she could do a run there. She could do a little run there. And yeah, like I said, like Becky's pretty much done everything in WWE. She's plateaued. There's nothing else for her to accomplish there. So maybe it's a thing where maybe she wants to get out there and do something she hasn't done yet. I'm not willing to bet my house on it, but I'm not saying it's
I
impossible.
look at it like
Adam
this.
Cope
She's chilling till they offer her more money. But she ain't going too far. Like I said,
yeah,
her man still worked there.
that could be it too.
Her man's still
That could be
working
it
there.
too. Like
He
maybe
on and plus he on the shelf right now. So like I said, she probably just take it easy. And like I said, they gonna offer her money. She probably gonna take the money. If she don't, she goes somewhere else. Whatever. She'll be somebody else. She won't be Becky Lynch, but she'll be somebody.
yeah, maybe she will, maybe she won't. I'm just saying you have to
Well, you
you
can
have to
say
still
she will do other things. I'm gonna put my money on the big money, and I'm just saying she'll be back within time. It's whatever because listen, her money is made under the name Becky Lynch. Rebecca, whoever, is not so strong right now. The dollar on that ain't as strong as like an Adam Copeland. And he
you know
had to, and
maybe
he had to come in. He had to make sure to come in with his custom theme song to really hit it.
I don't know. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't.
Maybe she
But
will. Maybe she won't. But I'm gonna throw my
all
chip
I'm
in that
all
though. So that's what I'm saying.
all I'm saying is at this current time, she's not a WWE superstar. That's what I'm
And you
saying.
know
She
what? That's
doesn't work
fine.
for WWE anymore.
It's time for the crowd to get a break from the man for a while. We had the babyface man
Yes.
run. We had the heel turn man run, and then we had the kind of you're still here run. So now it's time, like, all right, go off, do something, be somebody else, go somewhere else, do nothing, do something. But it's time to kind of relinquish the man from the TV screens. Now it sucks that the heir apparent got injured, that being one Rhea Ripley, because we all knew, like, listen, if Becky was gonna go, we were in good hands. We had mommy. But now we're stuck with the slowpoke wrestler in Liv Morgan, which really sucks.
I could care less about Rhea Ripley, to be quite frank with you.
I mean, you don't have to care. You just have to recognize that she's the heir apparent of, like, hey, this is the woman we were kind of putting our eggs in basket. She just fuck around and got injured. But she was
apparently
clearly the heir apparent to be the woman, the man, almost.
Apparently on Friday, Chad Gable is going to be a free agent. Apparently his contract expires this Friday.
Okay, well, see what he do. I mean, hey, listen, I don't know. Alpha Academy ain't had nothing popping off since they were here, so.
You know, maybe it's a thing where maybe everybody that was saying, like, why didn't Chad Gable beat Gunther at WrestleMania? Because maybe that's a thing where maybe they're just gonna let his contract run out. I don't know.
Maybe he'll go to TNA. You never know. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all can't be too quick to dismiss everything. Y'all can't be too quick to just dismiss everything.
Nah, I'm
like
dismissing everything.
Shit can't pop off.
I'm dismissing everything, man. Nah, it ain't happening. I'm dismissing your dismissal.
You know what, Marin? Yeah, and I think Ricochet probably will leave. That's one where I could probably see him leaving, because WWE ain't done shit with Ricochet since he was in NXT. They ain't done shit with him.
Is he still the Speedy Champion? Because I haven't watched that shit at all.
I guess.
I haven't watched that at all. I couldn't even tell you right now.
Ricochet is definitely somebody I could see piecing out.
Now we getting
Ricochet.
Clash of the Castle is
Ricochet,
when? It's next week, ain't it?
Next Saturday.
God damn.
Is there any, like, matches announced yet?
Only match I know is McIntyre and Damian Priest for the world title. That's it. I don't see McIntyre winning, though. I feel like Punk might come and screw him again.
I don't know, man. I don't see McIntyre losing at two Clash at the Castles in a row. Plus he just signed that fat new contract. I think McIntyre probably will win.
We'll see. Carlito. I don't like Carlito without a mustache, son. He needs to get a mustache back.
He needs to either get the mustache or shave the goatee.
Yeah.
Like one or the other.
Carlito. Yo, that 2K24 got a pretty deep roster because I got the 40-year WrestleMania edition.
Does that come with, like, all the DLC and shit?
It comes with everything, bro. Come with everything.
How how many like alternate versions of the same character are there?
A bunch.
Of course.
A bunch of Stone Colds, a bunch of Cenas, a bunch of Takers, a bunch of Triple H's, a bunch of fucking Shawn Michaels. yo, truth is be bugging, son.
Gojira, come on, Gojira. You know this is Monday Night Raw. You know we don't defend titles here. Come on now. You know the champions don't defend their titles.
Yeah, because here comes Sami Zayn, and he does not look like he's ready to compete. But he's coming out.
Has A-Town Down Under defended their titles once since winning them?
I think they did on a SmackDown.
Okay.
And I think they're about to go into a whole program with DIY. So, but yeah, like I said,
It's
we
like,
got Sami Zayn here just talking, no wrestling.
It's like like when Gojira's thinking like, are those tag team titles getting defended anytime soon? I'm thinking of like Black Panther when he's like, we don't do that here. This is WWE. We don't defend our titles here. Not nearly enough anyway.
I think they just wanted to keep it on A-Town down to just have a decent amount of reign before they give it up to somebody else. Because like I said,
I mean that's fine, but
because I mean, like I said, they
once in a while.
I mean, they did. They defended it against the Street Profits.
One time.
Well, I mean, they just won the belts, for God's sakes. They just got new belts
in March.
Yeah, and WrestleMania was at the end of April. It was at the beginning of April, and then they got new belts.
Okay, so come on, one title defense in 2 months.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, it's dumb. They should defend it more. I grant it. But they're like, we need to find a tag team good enough because we got to rebuild our division because we didn't have one.
Like, fuck, I think I think Logan Paul, like, how long has he had the title? Like, almost 300 days? And he's defended it, what, 3 times?
Yeah, Miz and Truth haven't. They defended the titles, what? A couple weeks ago, I think, actually. It was a nothing match, but they gave him they made him defend the titles.
I mean, when is Okada defending the Continental title? Like, he just defended it, like, 3 weeks ago. He just defended it against Dax Harwood.
Here comes the Alpha Academy. What is Maxine wearing? And somebody needs to tell Maxine to ease off the coats of paint. She looks like an actual, like, gold statue. Does she not? Am I bugging? Does her face not look? Does her face not look gold? You better watch your back, Sammy.
this shit is so boring. Like this whole like Alpha Academy shit is fucking boring. Bro, like these grown ass adults, you a grown ass adult letting another man disrespect you like that. Like you a grown ass adult.
For real.
No, for real. Like you a grown ass adult, man.
Unless you dented or something.
Maybe Otis needs to stick his hand in his pants and feel if he still got some strudel. And if he does, maybe he needs to stop acting like a little bitch. Like you letting another grown adult talk to you like that, like get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so we have a match at Clash at the Castle.
And it's crazy to me because like Akira Tozawa could out wrestle anybody in this ring. He could wrestle circles around anyone in this ring. Could wrestle circles around Jack Gable. Come on, Tozawa. Like you better than that. You are better than that.
I don't know if you're better than that, Maxine, but Tozawa, this shit better than
Well,
that.
It's just Tozawa and Otis are better than that. I don't know.
I don't know about you, Maxine. Like I said, dial back some of that makeup, though, girl. Like, it's too much. You should be out here looking like an Academy Award right now in the ring, and the gold jacket ain't helping either. Oh, told you to watch your back, son. Told you to watch your back, son. He got Pearl Harbored. Not wearing socks.
Hey, look at this. This shit is stupid, son. Stupid.
It's like saying, like, hey, Otis, are you regarded?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, bro, you're like twice the size of him. Kick his ass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking twice the size of him. Stop being such a bitch. Like how I'm supposed to take these fools seriously when look how they got them acting. Like you might as well call them the new oddities.
This is dumb. This is kind of dumb. Plus, wait a minute. Ain't he humiliating your woman now, Otis? You just gonna let him sit there and humiliate your woman? What happened?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was your woman.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna stick up at least stick up for your woman. I'm saying, you better stick up for your woman at least. Don't be a punk. Don't be a cuck. Stand up for your woman, bro. She's so stupid.
Wait.
Drops him with the world's strongest slam. What a big dummy. Now go get your woman.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your woman. Oh, you gonna help your man up first. You ain't gonna help your woman up. Go get your woman, bro.
Can we send Finn Balor and Dragon Lee back out? Can they have another match? Because I wanna see more of that. More of that, please. Oh my god.
Scrap iron. Ricochet versus Braun. Come on, man. Really?
Bro, see like this whole shit with Braun Breaker. This whole shit with Braun Breaker is stupid too, son. Like Adam Pearce doesn't want to give Braun Breaker an opportunity. He doesn't believe in Braun Breaker.
Like what? He's
Like,
a former NXT champion. What are you talking about? He's former NXT tag champion. What is he not?
Two-time NXT tag team champion, and like not that long ago, you had both general managers trying to sign him. Like you had fucking Adam Pearce inviting Braun Breaker to Raw and trying to sign him, and now it's like now that you got him, it's like I don't know, I don't believe in you.
I got nothing for you, brother. I got nothing for you, brother.
Like yeah. Like I actively pursued you and I actively brought you here so I could try to sign you, but now that I have you, I got nothing for you. That shit is dumb, bro. It's dumb.
It's still promoting speed, but like I don't care about the speed. It's fucking dumb.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I watched the first one just to see what it was like, and it was like I don't know, man. It like pressed me. Like it actually really bummed me out. It no, for real though, man. Like it really bummed me out having to watch Dragon Lee lose in 3 minutes.
Especially when he has such a good match with Finn Balor just now.
And then like watching these guys have to just struggle to get all their shit in because they know they only got 3 minutes. Like, oh, it sucks, man. Like I'm not even against the concept, but 3 minutes is just not enough time. Like 3 minutes is not enough time to get anything done.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I said, 3 minutes is not enough to have a match, and then you're gonna show up on Raw and be like, I can't beat this guy. It takes me 10 minutes now. It takes me 15 minutes. Like, what do you mean? You beat the dude the other day in under 3 minutes. What, did you not have enough finishers stored up inside you when you got in the ring? What happened?
Like, like I guess kudos to them for trying something different, but again, it's not even like the concept in itself is bad, but if it's 5 minutes, then it's much better. Like if it's 5 minutes, then it's 1,000 times better. I just don't think 3 minutes is enough.
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything.
Gojira, sometimes I forget Omas even still works there.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of people you forget still work there. Or they just on a by quarterly basis, like, oh, we don't need you right now. We'll see you at the Rumble or some Saudi show or something.
Sometimes I be forget. Sometimes I be forgetting that Omas still works there.
So okay, we got now two matches that have been assigned for the Clash. Is the world title with Priest and McIntyre, and now we got Gable, Zayn. What, part 3, part 2? I don't know, for the IC title.
I just wish they'd have more than 5 matches.
Me too, man. That would be nice.
Yeah, you know what we need to do? Like for real, you know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to we need to we need to debut this Wyatt Six faction or whatever it is already.
Yeah, they do need to kind of pull a trigger on that, because like I don't care about
Like
sitting here decrypting UR codes and shit all day. So like, yeah, pull the trigger already.
see this is where like my issue with the way they do things sometimes. This is my issue is sometimes I think they stretch things out too long and then it becomes not interesting, and that's where I'm starting to feel like you've been teasing it for so long but you're not delivering, that I'm starting to now find myself kind of like losing interest.
Yeah, so they need to do something quick. Like they really need to pull that trigger. All right, we got Braun Breaker, Ricochet. Like I don't even want to have to ask like who you think's gonna win. Like, come on now. Like it is kind of weird. Like it's like, how are you ignoring all the shit he did at NXT? All the finagling you did to sign this dude, and then it's like, yeah, I ain't got no matches for you, brother. Like, come on now, that's kind of weak. Like I feel like it's just personal scrap iron. What's going on here?
See, like that's what I mean. Like it's bipolar, because like a month ago you had Adam Pearce ready to offer Braun Breaker this huge contract, like he was this big time like free agent. Like Adam Pearce wanted to work with them and wanted to get him on Raw. And now that you have him on Raw, it's like, yeah, I got nothing for you. I can't put you in the King of the Ring because I don't believe you're at that level. I don't believe you're at the level of being King of the Ring. I know you're a 2-time NXT champion, but don't believe you're at that level of King of the Ring. I know I know I was trying to sign you because you're a top free agent, but just don't think you're at
Wait a
that
minute.
level of King of the Ring. Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Didn't
Like,
Ricochet
get the
win the
fuck out of
tag
here with
title
this.
with Braun Strowman?
I don't think they ever won the titles, but they were like they were definitely teaming for a little bit.
Okay, because he was reading off the accolades, and I'm like, I could have sworn it was a tag title because he's a former IC, former US, North American. I'm like, I could have sworn he won a tag title. I don't think he
Wasn't
did.
he? Did he ever win the? Didn't he win the NXT tag titles with Aleister Black? Or am I tripping?
I think you're tripping on that.
Because I know they won the Dusty Classic.
But I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Did he ever win? I was like, did he win the tag title? I don't know. I might have to look that up because now it bothers me.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm already one step ahead of you.
Wah, wah, wah. Look at that. We look at it. Gotta get the answers.
All right, championships and accolades. Oh,
No tag title.
no tag title. It says SmackDown Tag Team Championship #1 contender tournament win with Braun Strowman.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking.
And then Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic with Aleister Black. I guess they won the Tag Team Classic, but I guess they never won the titles.
Okay. Alright. Son of a bitch. Well, I mean, he's getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Getting close. What else we got here? Oh, it's a Sunday. Is it? When is Battleground? This coming Sunday? Yeah, we got Battleground this Sunday.
Oh, it's this Sunday?
Yeah. Go over
Sunday night?
Sunday night at 8 p.m.
That's all right because I don't work on Sundays, so it works for me.
This is this is an interesting card they got on here. We can go over this real quick. Hold on. We'll go over to the whatchamacallit. Yeah. We'll do that. Because I was like, yeah, I know Battleground was coming, but I'm like, when is it? I knew it was like, when is it supposed to be? Apparently it is this Sunday, so we'll go over that. So let's check this out here. We got for the NXT tag titles, we got Nathan Fraser and Axiom going up against the Good Brothers. Who you got on this?
kind of leaning slightly towards the Good Brothers, just because they not just because even though they got drafted to SmackDown, they don't do shit there anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning slightly towards the Good Brothers because, like I said, they're not doing shit on SmackDown. So
I can see them putting the titles on them for a little bit. They did it to the New Day.
hey, I just thought of something. If the Good Brothers win the NXT tag team titles, Good Brothers are also former TNA tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's possible. It is quite possible. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Good Brothers on this one as well. What we got next? We've got a underground match. We got former friends now, rivals. Lola Vice up against Shayna Baszler in an NXT Underground match. What you got for this one?
Not Shayna Baszler, that's for sure.
Nah, I think Shayna is gonna beat up Lola Vice. She gonna humble her.
Yeah, you know what? It's at the UFC Apex, so probably Shayna Baszler will win this one.
She gonna do a like Masha
'Cause
Slamovich at the Bloodsport.
Because I think Shane is gonna be almost treated like a babyface in this scenario.
Oh wow, Braun Breaker defeats Ricochet.
Wow, I didn't saw that coming.
Yeah, definitely Shayna Baszler. Like I said, Lola's gonna put up a fight with her MMA background, but nah, this is for Shayna, man. This is Shayna's match. She gonna do her like Slamovich, son, at the Bloodsport. I'm telling you, it's gonna go down. I mean, Lola Vice is alright, but it's just like enough of the shaking of your ass, though.
Yeah, for real. It's like I don't want to go back to it, but it's just for me, like it just goes back to all that shit Becky Lynch was saying, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like people see her shaking her ass every week, and like, I think of those young girls watching that and being like, oh, I guess if I want to be a WWE superstar, I gotta learn to dance and shake my ass. Fuck all that shit.
Like Dragunov comes in, he just yeets the steps at him. I thought that was Adam Pearce for a minute, but it's Dragunov. But yeah, I'm picking Shayna for the Underground. Then we've got for the NXT North American Championship, we've got the champion of Obafemi taking on Wesley and Gallus' Joe Coffey. Who you got on this?
I think Wesley's gonna get it back.
Think?
I feel like, yeah, like I feel like that's why Joe Coffey's there. He's there so Wesley could get the title back, and Obafemi doesn't have to Obo Femi doesn't have to get pinned or any of that shit.
Listen, Jimmy, you be shaking your ass for that Black Voltron. So you do you, Jimmy. You do you, Jimmy. I don't know, Wesley. I like I said, they've been booking Oba Femi like a straight monster. I don't know. It's tough to call. Like I could definitely see Wesley getting it back via Coffee being the guy taking the L. But then I could also just see like Oba Femi just stacking cats again. Cause I mean, he was over there stacking two big men and Josh Briggs and Dijakovic. Now he dealing with two smaller men. It's like, come on, though, this dude's a beast. You know, like they've been booking him like just an actual monster. So it's hard to tell, man.
Hey, that's another guy whose contract is about to expire.
Who? Oba Femi?
Hijack.
Oh, Dijak? A word.
Mm-hmm.
If I was gonna be a betting man, I'm gonna go devil's advocate and say Oba retains.
I'm gonna say Wesley. I think he's gonna pull it out, and I think he's gonna beat Joe Coffey to do it.
Yeah, if Wesley does win, I see Coffee taking that L.
Yeah, like Obo Femi is not he's not getting pinned in this match, brother.
Let's see. And then we have to crown our very first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. We've got ourselves a 6-pack ladder match. You've got Mia Yim, Lash Legend, Jordan Gianni, or whatever her name is, Jordan Jelani, Fenlon Henley. We got my girl, half black, half white, Soul Roka, and I forget this other Parker something, Jada Parker from the from the Out the Mud crew. All right, so who you see here looking to be the first women's North American?
I'll tell you who's not gonna be the first. I'll tell you who's not gonna be the first women's North American. Mia Yim. I don't know.
I could see Fallon Henley taking it. I could see maybe Soul Roka.
See, I'm almost leaning towards like Lash Legend.
Yeah, possible.
Just because the metaphor is such a prominent part of NXT every week. I'm leaning more. I don't know. I'm leaning towards like Lash Legend. Like Lash Legend, Soul Ruka, or Fallon Henley are the ones that kind of ones that make sense to me. Like it's not gonna be Mia Yim. And I think it's too soon for Kalani Jordan and Jada Parker. I think it's too soon for them. So I think one of the three, like either Fallon, either Soul Ruka, or Lash Legends. Those are the three I'm kind of leaning towards. I can't tell you which one of the three I think will win, but I can tell you that Mia Yim will more than likely not win.
Well, yeah, I think I would say my first pick would probably be Fallon, and then, like I said, number 2 would probably be Soul. 3 would be Lash. So we'll see. And our main events for the NXT Women's Championship. TNA Knockout Champion Jordan Grace will take on the Prodigy Roxanne Perez. Now, we talked a lot about
You
this
think that'll
earlier
be
in
the
the
main
show, but
event?
I think this is the card right here, bro.
I think they'll probably. I think Trick Williams will be on that show. You don't think?
I don't know. These were the 5 matches. It's an NXT show. They usually get 5 matches, and these are the 5.
I think. Yeah, maybe. I think we'll see Trick and Ethan Page. I think
Because
that's
you would
gonna
have
be.
to think
I think
that
that's gonna be a
you would
match.
have to think that I would almost want to say like the underground match would have to come sooner than later because you got to take the ropes off. Unless they do it somewhere else, I don't know. Well, they might do it somewhere else because they're in that UFC place, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to technically do it in the
Yeah.
ring. But I'm just
I
like,
already.
I don't know.
Like I said, I kind of think Jordan Grace is gonna take this one.
Why you snitching? Why you snitching, Pat McAfee? Oh, your favorite wrestler's coming out, Natalia.
You think her titties is fake?
Absolutely.
Cause like I'm watching her entrance, and those shits not moving at all. Like those shits is not moving like in the slightest.
And they're extra greasy too. Oh, other half black, half white girl, Kiana James. She celebrates Black History, man. Never forget. Alright, but so yeah, I like I said, I think I'd like to see Jordan Grace win this and take the NXT title to Impact.
Yeah, me too. Didn't she used to be a teacher?
I don't know. She was like a teacher, and then she became like a businesswoman. And
What is she now?
half black, half white chick.
Just rich? That's all she is now?
To me, she is just half black, half white chick that celebrates Black History Month. As far as WWE is concerned, because she was on the mural, son. When they was like celebrating Black History, bro. You don't remember? I was like, bro. I was like celebrating Black History in NXT, and they had all the other black athletes on NXT plus Kiana James and Sol Roca. And I thought, like, oh, somebody out here memeing, you know, like how they be doing that Cody Rhodes shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But then I looked it up, and it's like, no, for real. Mama, Sol Roca got a black daddy and a white mama, and fucking Kiana James got a black mama and a white daddy, son. They celebrate Black History Month.
Oh my God, they're like exact opposites.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that, but they was on the poster for Black History Month, and I'm like, okay, I guess they can. You're saying you celebrate Black History. Yeah, son. You don't remember I brought this up, bro? You probably go back like a year or so on KliqBait. I know I brought this up before about half black, half white girls. So Roca.
I mean,
and it was at the time because it's like, yo, I couldn't remember this chick's name because they had so many new girls in the new class. I'm like, I can't remember her name. I kept getting her mixed up with the Fallon Henley, or was that the Tatum Paxley, or whoever the fuck she was. And then it was like, oh, this is half black, half white girl, Kiana James, and half black, half white girl, Sol Roca. Now I remember. Because they celebrate Black History Month. And if you think I'm lying, look that shit up, son. Look that shit up. I ain't lying.
Oh, I believe you.
So you got to respect this African queen right here, Kiana James. All right. She's an African queen to be. I would like for her to win a championship and Michael Cole be like the first biracial WWE Women's Champion. Her first half black, half white WWE Women's Champion. I mean, her ring attire is fine, but it's so basic though for Kiana. The baby blue doesn't complement her half black, half white skin. Oh, Easter German though. But like, I'm glad that she hasn't like re-injected any more Botox because her cat features are starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah.
Compared to what it looked like a year ago when she was like full on cat lady. But then she was like, yeah, I had to grease up my tits though. Oh shit, she wins. Big ups to half black, half white girl Kiana James and her for her 1K. Look at that. Represent. Get it. She's the new Queen Amanada. Yeah, let's go. She gonna be part of the New Day soon, son. You ready, Matt? You ready for Kiana to join the New Day?
Yes. Arian Cross looks like a dollar store version of Sami Callihan.
He looks like he's ready to like produce a snuff film.
He looks like if you go into a bar and the bartender would tell you not to accept drinks from him.
He looks like the guy that would sell you Nuke in New Detroit.
He looks like the kind of guy that rents videos from Blockbuster and does not rewind them before he returns them.
He looks like an undercover cop who's gone too deep undercover. And Braun Strowman looks like his partner. It's just like you've been in the game too long, buddy. You gotta get out of it. You gotta back out. I'm in too deep, brother. I'm in too deep.
His life partner, to be more accurate.
But I mean, the Battleground, it should be interesting. Coming out of Las Vegas in the UFC Center, or whatever it's called. Like I said, it's a pretty female-centric pay-per-view. Like I said, you got a lot of women match here, kind of heading it up. I don't see nothing for Trick. Maybe we will get some from Trick. Who knows? Wait, because it's like, 1, 2. Like I said, outside of the tag in North American, like I said, all the other matches are women's divisions.
I hope we get like 1 or 2 more matches.
We'll see what happens. I think this is probably it. Like I said, it looks like WWE's definitely feeling content adopting like 5-match system right now. Because they really just, oh yeah, 5 matches. That's it. That's all you get.
Stand and Deliver had 6 matches.
I think that's because that's the considered the WrestleMania show. Because it's part of WrestleMania weekend. I don't
And
know. Who
actually,
knows?
yeah, like it looks like Vengeance Day had 6 matches. Yeah, it looks like their last couple of shows have been going with 6 matches. So that's why I kind of think Trick Williams and Ethan Page for the NXT title is really the cherry on the sundae for this show, and then we get a new NXT champion.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they're taking it back for Trick for now. Because like I said, I don't think they want to take the attention off of the whole Jordan Grace Roxanne thing. Like I think they want to kind of keep the focus on that because it seems like that's the marquee of this pay-per-view. Like Trick at this point has kind of been an afterthought because he's been too busy caught up in the whole, meta thing with metaphor and shit and the Lash Legend thing, and now Ethan comes out of nowhere. Like I said, they might have a match. They might just have a schmaz just to fill time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think with the NXT, I think it's probably just going to be 5 matches. I don't know.
It's just because their last like 4 or 5 shows have been 6 matches. That's what makes me think we're gonna get at least one more match.
Plus, like if you look at the matches they got, it's like okay, they definitely want to give the underground match some time. You got the 6-pack ladder match with the ladies, so you definitely want to give that some time, and then your main event. Plus, you'll have, like I said, the tag title. I don't see that going too long. I can see the men's going a little, giving some time because it's a triple threat. So I was like, I don't know. Like I said, if they have time for a 6-match, hey, throw it in there. I ain't gonna be mad if they do another match.
And maybe have a pre-show match, and have Tony D'Angelo defend the Heritage Cup in a rematch against Charlie Dempsey.
What's up with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn just lurking in the background all show?
Well, I mean, they got to get some TV time. It's not like they wrestle at any point.
What is she trying to build a faction or something? What's she trying to do? She trying to be a manager now?
Oh, fuck.
I miss the old Carlito theme. I don't like this Carlito theme.
My God, there's still like an hour of Raw left.
Carlito, 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 Carlito.
Still a whole nother hour of this.
Look here, man. You know you love it. Come on now.
I don't. That's the thing. But actually, I'm a big like I'm a stand for Braun Strowman. I really like Braun Strowman, and I like Carlito. So like if this just doesn't end up being just an outright squash match, then sign me up.
They're not gonna pop them shirts off? What's going on, man? Let's see that body.
I know.
What you think we are? Where you think we are? Saudi Arabia? Pop that shirt off.
Yeah.
Carlito ain't pop his shirt off. Strowman ain't popped the shirt off. And nobody popping shirts off. We about to have a whole match and he ain't popping shirt off.
The t-shirt match.
For real. And Strowman wins with a big face plant splash. But now the Judgment Day, JD and Balor jumping on him now. We got father and son. You are my son, illegitimate son.
I thought it was pretty funny where Carlito goes for the backstabber and then he just falls like Braun's too big and massive. Like, why would you think you could hit that? Why would you think you could make that work? And furthermore, even if you could, do you want that giant man coming down on you like that? Like, remember that one match where William Regal hit Big Show with the brass knuckles and then Big Show just fell on top of him and pinned him?
Yeah.
Big Show was knocked out and he just fell on top of Regal like unconscious, and that's how Regal like lost. Like, that's what it made me like. That's what it made me like. Think
Morgan's out here to save Dominic. What's going on? Hit him with the chair. Hit him again. Hit him again. Hit him again. Dominic's son. What happened to his? I thought his arm was in a sling. What happened? It's better now?
What's that way?
Somebody in the crowd screaming, I can't wait for watch Rhea whip your ass. Oh, it's time for BGM.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Gojira. Bro, I'm so over Jade Cargill.
You don't like BGM, son?
Bro, are you watching the Burger King commercial right now?
Nah, I have a commercial for Le Mans. I probably got a different
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that Burger King commercial where it's like 2 Whopper Juniors for the price of 1?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
And
Why?
then like the limo driver, and he like pulls up and then he's like, these aren't both for me, and then he drives away and then he's in the back seat and he's like, just kidding. Or did you ever see that commercial?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Bro, that guy's face is like terrifying to me. Like if I was at a club and I was doing acid and that guy walked in, I'd probably freak out because that guy's face is like jarring. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like the feed I got is like a Europe feed or UK feed, so I just got a lot of UK commercials. I got a lot of people speaking with English accents, selling me petrol and other things that I don't have in my country.
So that means you're watching it on, like, what is it, like Sports One or something? What's that
Yeah,
network called?
yeah, Sky Sports.
Sky Sports One. There you go.
Like she's eating Kellogg Crunch Nut. I don't have Kellogg Crunch Nut cereal. How am I supposed to have that for breakfast? All I got are frosted mini wheats and strawberry
sounds
frosted
delicious
mini
and-
wheats. And
That sounds delicious and terrifying at the same time.
Sometimes I mix them in a bowl. I put regular mini wheats with the strawberry mini wheats. But see, why is it terrifying? Mini wheats are delicious.
Crunch Nut? Crunch Nut?
Yes, it's clusters of nuts with honey. Crunch nuts.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about the mini wheats.
What
How are
about-
the mini wheats terrifying? What the hell? They're delicious.
No, mini wheats. Mini wheats are delightful. I like the maple ones. Do you have the maple ones?
We do.
I like the maple ones.
I think we did cover the boys. We didn't see Did we watch the boys season 4 trailer? Or is the season 4 out? You mean? Are we covering the show? I mean, we could, I guess. I don't know. I plan on watching it. I've already caught up, so.
Did you see the new Venom trailer today?
I did not.
Eh.
I didn't even know there was one.
I don't know, man. It's just like, it just looks like it's Venom fighting like aliens.
Yeah, I think that's the card because I'm watching this ad for Battleground right now, and they're just promoting these 5 matches. And yeah, the Jordan Grace Roxanne is the main event. Should be interesting.
Jade Cargill.
That's what's up. The tag team champions. BGM. Black Girl Magic. Or, if you don't want to be racial about it, Buff Girl Magic. See, y'all didn't think a brother had a backup, did you? Haha, see? That's why I come up with all the good ideas. Actually, I prefer Buff Girl Magic more than Black Girl Magic. It's so cliche. Let's go Buff Girl Magic.
I kind of hate this tag team.
You don't like Buff Girl Magic? I just gave them a good name, and they're already color coordinated. Come on. How do you not like Buff Girl Magic? Chat. Yay or nay on Buff Girl Magic? Let's make it a thing. Hashtag Buff Girl Magic.
I don't want to say anymore because I gotta be careful what I say sometimes. I don't know, man. It just rubs me the wrong way. I just feel like they looked at Jade and they looked at Bianca and they're like, they look very similar. Let's make them a tag team.
Yeah, they stupid buff. They both got like crazy good abdominals, son. Buff Girl Magic, son. Listen, like I said, when they were like, I need you to make the perfect professional wrestler, and she's diverse. And they was like, yeah, they gave you Jade Cargill, but they was like, you know what? No, first they gave you Bianca Belair, and they was like, that's good, but I need it a little bit bigger. And they was like, here's Jade Cargill, and they was like, perfect. But I still want to keep the other one too because it's just as good and just as many abdominals. Buff girl magic, son. I'm telling you, bro. What about NXT? Come get this work. Listen, I'm all for tag team wrestling, man. So I support BGM. Okay, BGM. I'm saying it now, right now. June 3rd, 2024. I am endorsing Black Buff Girl Magic. Okay, endorsing BGM. You heard it here first, man. Endorsed. Endorsed. You know what happens when they get endorsed.
Ugh.
You get endorsed, you know, sky's the limits now. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Get a ref. Get a ref. Come on, let's see BGM.
So they came in their gear dressed to compete, but were not booked in a match.
We got BGM versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the women's tag team titles.
I wonder who's winning this match now.
Listen, they got to strengthen up this BGM and make them seem like dominant champions. So they got to fight more women. So it's like, yeah.
Stop doing it at Shayna Baszler's expense all the time.
I know it sucks though. That's why Zoe Stark's got to take this L.
Stop doing. This is what you have Natalya for. This is why you have Natalya.
You leave the boat out of this. You leave the boat out of this.
Stop doing it at Shayna's expense. You got Natalya for that.
They just don't believe in Shayna. Let me ask you a question, man. I think we had this conversation in the past, but it's been a while. Oreos. Do you prefer regular, double stuff, or mega stuff?
Like, usually, I always go the double stuffed. Okay, because I like the mega stuffed, but you just don't get as much cookies.
I prefer
I
classic
do
regular
like
Oreos.
Yeah, you go like classic.
Mm-hmm. I don't want double stuffed or mega stuffed. Like it's too much cream, it's too much sugar. Should hurt your belly at the end of the day. Regular Oreo has the right proportion of cookie cream ratio that if you eat like in a regular pack of 3 sleeves, you eat like 1 sleeve, that should not hurt your belly. But if you eat the whole 1 sleeve of a double or mega stuff, your shit gonna be feeling some type of way later that day. I'm telling you. I've done the research, man. I've done the science. I've done the science.
You know what I like to do with Oreos?
What's that?
Actually, I don't know if I want to publicly say this. Okay.
Cause look here, that's how I do the Oreos. Like I bought some Oreos, not even the family size. I bought a regular size thing of Oreos. I got a glass of milk, and I'll eat like 1 sleeve, and like save the other 2 for another time. And that 1 sleeve will do me justice with the milk, and stomach feel fine. But if I'd have ate that whole sleeve of a double or a mega stuff, it's too much cream, son. Too much sugar. Too much of them artificial shits they put in that cream, son. You want the regular. It's the right ratio. I'm telling you, your belly will thank you, son. Your belly will thank you.
Sometimes I like to take a whole sleeve of Oreos and put it in a bowl and like pour milk and eat it like it's like cereal.
Now you just out here. Now you just out here playing them fat boy games, son.
Sometimes I like to have a nice bowl of Oreo sleeve cereal.
You living that Winnie the Pooh life like that.
Listen, everybody. Though, like it's like moderation. Like I also eat 4 servings of green vegetables a day. So like like I can.
Listen, just because you pop 4 pickle chips in your mouth, don't make it a vegetable.
No, come on.
You man eat 4 grapes and be like, yeah, I'm eating healthy.
I eat a fair amount of green vegetables in a day. So like a bowl of Oreo sleeve cereal every now and then. It's okay. It's all about moderation, people. Like you can't be eating Oreo sleeve cereal every day. You for sure can't be doing that. But like once in a while, treat yourself.
He said, I make sure to get extra lettuce on my McChicken. I gotta stay healthy. He'd be like, sir, can I get a quarter pounder with cheese? Can you put tomato and lettuce on that? Because I'm trying to eat healthy, sir, please.
Like it's better than not getting the lettuce and tomato on it.
I got the hiccups. Give me a second. Hold on, let me drink some. I think I got it. I got rid of it. Got rid of the hiccups. All right, we're back to the match. We got Baszler Stark taking on BGM, Buff Girl Magic.
I like that they got the matching gear. I will say I do like that.
I
Like,
mean, they've been matching from Jump Street. As soon as they locked eyes, they was like, "We gotta start matching gear. Let's go." Like I said, we got too much abdominal between the two of us to not be out here matching.
And even Bianca, like, she's not wearing the pants anymore. She switched from the pants to the draws.
Although, like, Jade needs a little more work because, like, Bianca's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in most of their matches. Jade just kind of shows up to do a little bit of cleanup.
Jade's still pretty rough, man. I don't know. Like, people really thought like Jade Cargill was gonna come back and she was gonna be like fucking like Bret Hart or something.
she's gonna
like,
be
nah, she's still gonna
be
rough,
Das Wanderkin.
But bro, for real, like people were like, oh my god, like Jade Cargill, she's at the Performance Center, like she's gonna come back and she's gonna be the greatest wrestler of all time. She's gonna be like amazing and put every other talent to shame. And like, no, like she's still pretty rough. Like, PC didn't help her that much.
Uh-oh, we might have new women's tag titles. Oh no. Go for the KOD. Boom. But no! Damage Control. No, it's Alba Fire and Aladon. They finally got out of the shadows. Look at these girls.
Well, you know, they got that Scotland pay-per-view, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
So, Kaylee Ray and Isla Dawn, I think they're both from Scotland. Kaylee Ray, I know, is from Scotland. Isla Dawn, I'm pretty sure she's from Scotland, but I'm not totally confident in saying that.
And now the tag champs. No, they're beating up on the BGM. Who's gonna help? Who's gonna save them?
I'm not gonna call her Alba Fire. She's still Kaylee Ray to me.
Still Kaylee Ray to me. Well, that's one way to end a tag team title match, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, makes sense, because, I mean, you don't want to... Shayna Baszler's about to have a match. She doesn't need to be losing. And like I said, you don't want to take the tag titles off of them right now. So, happy medium. You get the girls who have been lurking in the shadows this whole show come out and jump on them. And they've always been showing up during the women's segments in the back. So, it's like, okay, that makes sense. So, you know, it is what it is. It was a decent match till the end, at least. I would have just said, just have Zoe take the L, but... McIntyre. Everyone's favorite Scotsman, the chosen one. I feel he would get screwed again in the Clash of the Castle twice in a row.
You think so?
Especially with the whole CM Punk situation, I could see CM Punk coming in to screw him over and make him lose. just to troll them. Like, for real. So, yeah.
Why are they still cranking out Bad Boys movies?
I don't know. I guess they're trying to want you to forget that Will Smith is probably not a good person. So they're like, let's give him a Bad Boy movie. People love Bad Boy movies. Maybe they'll forget that, you know, Will Smith's a terrible person. And his family's pretty terrible too. And people still like Martin Lawrence. He hasn't rubbed anybody the wrong way. So, I don't know. But it's like, hey, we're gonna do the thing now. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Let me stop singing before they take us off for that. Like, get out of here, you two. So what do you think? Yeah, I can see them maybe putting the title up against Alba Fyre, or possibly even a triple threat tag match with Zoe, Shayna, you know, BGM, and Kaylee Ray and Isla Dawn at the Clash.
Yeah, for sure that's gonna happen. You'll probably get Bayley versus Piper Niven.
It's like, it's all the Scottish women all the time. Mm-hmm. We're doing it big here, Clash of the Castle. You like Scottish people? We got them here in the ring now. Look at them. We've got all the gingivitis.
It's kind of like what they did when Elimination Chamber was in Australia, except they forgot about Bronson Reed. I guess they forgot Bronson Reed was Australian.
They won't forget him next time. They'll be like, hey, we still got Bronson Reed. It's like, oh yeah.
They'll be like, oh, good. Whew. We need someone for Sammy to beat in 5 minutes.
I need him to do the job to Zawa.
Yeah.
In front of the whole family. TNT Sports. Whoa, SummerSlam's coming to Cleveland. Did you know that, Matt?
Cleveland rocks.
Are you ready? Are you gonna prepare yourself to get ready for 2 nights of SummerSlam come 2026? Are you ready?
I am. I'm ready.
Are you though? Are you really ready?
I am ready.
You say you're ready, but are you really ready?
Oh. Are you ready?
Are you ready? And now it's main event Jey Uso.
It's just me, Oos.
It's Jimmy Oos. Listen, if y'all gonna do the whole light things with my man Jay, can y'all at least get in the rhythm? Can we not know how to? It's up and down motion. What are we doing, people? You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to start hitting the gym, man. If y'all gonna be out here fucking shit up. Got my man looking bad and whatnot. The Jimmy Oos, they want ish.
Okay, what's the point of this?
It's the hype.
Is he having a match? Is he having a match?
I think so. Trying to get the crowd hype. If I'm in your city, Oos. So what up, Oos? What up, Oos?
I think Jay should be Intercontinental Champion.
Why are we having a promo with
He
the
needs
crowd?
to win
though?
some singleable. I don't know.
I thought he was having a match, but we just out here yeeting. We just out here yeeting.
I thought he was too. Like, I thought they were gonna do the one take through the crowd. I thought it's gonna be awesome. They're gonna do the one take through the crowd.
Made a bad Jay Uso in your city. But I'm gonna say no yeet.
No yeet.
No yeet. Yeet in the bank. He calling his shot.
Okay, I'd be okay with that.
Yeeting in the bank, son. We yeeting in the bank. I mean, you know what? If you were really trying to see if he's championship material, yeah, let him win the money in the bank. Let him win the money in the bank.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
So we got Lyra Valkyria over here shining on Becky Lynch. Oh, Io. She got Pearl Harbor, Matt. She got Pearl Harbor by Io. Lyra need to start looking behind her shoulders, man. She keeps getting jumped from behind. Keeps getting Pearl Harbored by Io over there. You know, maybe not stare at Kathy Kelly and look around you. You might need to start doing interviews with your back up against the wall, shorty. You're like, yo, talk to me over here. I gotta get my back up against the wall.
Yeah.
Here comes the New Day. Yo, man, OSW screwed me, son. They were supposed to put out part 2 of their OSW review of WrestleMania 40 yesterday, and that shit ain't come out, bro. What the fuck, man? Leave me hanging on part 2. I'm upset.
Oh. I hate when that happens.
You watch OSW?
Oh, what is that?
It's the old school wrestling podcast. They go over like old wrestling reviews. There's a bunch of dudes from Ireland that just go over wrestling, old pay-per-views and shit. And then they have their own like sense of humor about shit and do little things. But it's funny. You should check it out.
Oh. Yeah. Do you ever watch Maven, like his YouTube channel?
I've seen it a few times.
Like he had the last video I saw, like it was him and Devon, and like Devon was like breaking down like he was breaking down like the mass transit incident.
I want squishies from Squizzle.
It's pretty interesting.
Damn, I just saw a candy that I can never obtain because I'm not from the UK. It looked really good too. I want that candy.
What was it?
It was called Squishes from Squizzles. It looked tasty. It looked like a jelly candy or something. Now there's a beer commercial where everybody's drinking beer naked for Stella Dora's beer.
I love drinking beer and I love being naked, so why not the two of them together?
Listen, as soon as you said you like drinking naked with beer, look who shows back up. Look at this guy. It's like his pervo senses started tingling.
Yeah.
He said, did somebody say something
Did somebody
about
say pervert?
Naked? Did somebody say naked?
Yeah.
What's the main event for Raw tonight?
Isn't it Priest and Mysterio?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not for the title though, right? It's just a regular.
No. We don't do that here.
Not for Rey Mysterio. Not for Rey Mysterio. I'm telling you, son, it's gonna be popping when Joe Hendry shows up on NXT, son. You can hate him all day, son, but they're gonna love it. They're gonna love Joe Hendry.
Dude.
Whoa, gin and juice by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg? I want some gin and juice now.
Oh.
And I don't even drink alcohol. But now I want that. And then we get the horse authors of pain coming down. The final testaments.
Or like the authors of lame.
Akam and Razor. Or Toka and Razor. You should call them Toka and Razor like Xavier did. Karrion looks like the kind of father that would show up to the school and yell at the principal and be like, I didn't raise my son to be weak.
Yeah, he does. Karrion Cross looks like the kind of guy that doesn't get the vaccine because it impeaches on his freedom.
Karrion looks like the kind of guy that Scarlett's just his bottom bitch and the rest of the brothel is at the bunny ranch getting that money. Karrion Cross looks like he smells like Old Spice.
I bet he does smell like Old Spice. Again, New Day again not matching tonight.
Never matching. They haven't been matching in a long time, bro.
Yeah. It's like they're not even trying anymore.
Wow, they just squashed out the New Day right there.
Yeah. And it's kind of like laughable how they did it. Like they've been teaming together for all this time, like multi-time tag team champions, and all of a sudden like they're not on the same page. They're not on the same page.
Alba Isla.
Whoa, Isla Dawn's nails are like wicked. That's a wicked nice shade of green. Even that like interviewer girl has like nice nails. Sky versus Lyra Valkyria next week.
All right. Next week we got Lyra Valkyrie versus Io Sky. Sami Zayn versus Otis next week. What's gonna go down on that one? And then we got Ilya Dragunov versus Braun Breaker next week.
It's like rematch after rematch after rematch.
Well, no, Ilya and Braun is new. I mean, if you discount NXT and all that, but and this, we still got about a half hour. This, you sure this the main event?
I mean, I don't think there's anything else like announced.
Speaking of which,
goes down after.
How you feel about my man AJ Styles pulling the Mark Henry, but he ain't had no salmon jacket though? What'd you think of that last week on SmackDown?
It is what it is. It's just again, I just feel like didn't WWE didn't we talk about this recently where it's like WWE they're just retreading, like just doing the same things they've done before.
Yeah, we got the Mark Henry retirement without the salmon jacket.
But that's what I mean. Like they just repeat all the same things. Like they just repeat everything. Like as soon as I saw AJ Styles in the suit backstage, as soon as I saw him talking to Nick Aldis and being like like what I have to say, it's gonna be hard enough for me to say. I only want to say it once. Like I already knew what it was gonna be. Like I even said it on the show. I'm like, it's gonna be like a fucking murder. And then he's in the ring and he's like, like whenever somebody's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I should just go home and be a father. Like that's already like a dead giveaway. Like whenever I hear those words, like I already know it's a fake out.
It's like I need to go be a dad and be a husband. I need to
go and be a phenomenal father.
Listen, we all know Christian Cage is the true phenomenal father.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew it was a lie.
He's the real father.
That's how I knew it was a lie. Christian's everyone's father figure. But man, then he hit him with that Styles. At first, I thought he was gonna do a Styles Clash on the steps, but then he did that shit off the steps. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Please, for the love of God, please keep Christian Cage away from -1.
Oh nah, man. I don't even think Christian Cage would even dare try that. But then again,
I guess not really that much to talk about, but I guess the most noteworthy thing on Dynamite, we now have our Forbidden Door main event. We know it's gonna be Swerve and Will Ospreay for the AEW title.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. It's like Will Ospreay like just won the international title, and now like it's like he's already disregarding it and going for the world title.
I guess.
I guess it is what it is. Did you catch Collision?
Did I catch what now?
Did you watch Collision?
I kind of did, but I don't really remember much what happened. Like, I kind of just, like, went through the motions with Collision this week.
The Will Ospreay Kyle O'Reilly match I thought was good. Outside of that,
Yeah, like, see, by that time, when that point of the match came about, I was kind of checked out because the rest of the card was just kind of whatever.
like you had Roderick Strong and Leo Rush. That was not too bad.
Yeah, that was good to start the show, but then we had, like, the middle card
And
that
then
just kind of dragged for me.
like you had Johnny TV versus Claudio. I thought that was all right. And they kept hyping up the West Coast Wrecking Crew, but then bro, as soon as I saw they didn't even get an entrance, I was like, oh, we already know.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
was like, we
oh
already know what
man,
this is gonna
it's
be.
Royce
Come
Isaacs.
on, bro.
It's Royce Isaacs in the light skin. It's like, oh, okay. Like, come on.
It's
man.
like, you know, like they were hyping them up and they were talking about them like on like New Japan Strong and stuff, and then like they didn't even get an entrance. It's like, oh fuck, well, we already know what this is gonna be.
So yeah, I kind of checked out a bit on that. So
It's like we already know what this is gonna be. I don't even remember who they were fighting.
all rise. Judgment Day. Like, yeah, this gotta be the main event, right? Like, what do you do after this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they
I
got
don't
some
think
kind of
anything.
unless there's some kind of segment, because I'm like, this is like this match still's got at least a good 20 minutes on it before I think this is the main event, because I don't think there's anything else after this unless some kind of segment. I know they've been doing a lot of the Liv and Dominic shit all goddamn night, so I figure
Like
they'll
maybe
probably do something to cap that off.
maybe like Drew McIntyre will come out and throw hands with Priest. Cause yeah, I for some reason I don't feel like this is gonna be a terribly long match.
Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Former three-time world champion Rey Mysterio. I forget Rey won the world title a second time.
Yeah.
Who was it he beat? What was it, Jack Swagger?
It was Jack Swagger.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But then he lost it straight to Kane, right?
Yeah, because Kane cashed in his Money in the Bank that he won the same night.
Yeah, that's why I forget about it so quickly, because it's like it wasn't really much of a reign. Because I'm like, yeah, that did happen. I'm like, I'm not imagining that. That's not a Mandela effect or nothing. I'm like, yeah, he beat Jack Swagger and then lost that shit to Kane, right? I'm not that old, right? I remember.
No, you're exactly, you're on the money. He won it, and then he lost it almost as quickly as he won it. And then he would never recapture it.
Didn't he get the WWE title and then lose that shit in the same night too, to John Cena?
Yep, absolutely.
They be doing Rey Mysterio dirty. Oh, he said the line. He said Priest got the tools. He's got all the tools, man. You know he's gonna get the job done now. He's got all the tools. Cause when you got the tools and you got the talent, boy, I'm hyped, bro. This weekend, son, is that convention. I'm hyped, man. I'm ready.
Is it the Saturday or the Sunday?
It's both.
Are you gonna go both days?
I'm gonna just try to go one day and see if I could get what I need on that day and call it a wrap. Because it's just gonna be the same vendors the next day. It's just the thing of let me get what they got and get it before someone else do. So if I'm coming on the Saturday,
That's true.
I don't plan on coming back on the Sunday because I'm gonna get what I can find and peace out. You know.
I feel you. Hopefully,
Plus, like I said, it's not that kind of convention. It's literally just vendors selling their figures, selling their wares. There's a couple of dudes who do like illustrations and arts and stuff. There'll be some dudes who are selling their own like independent little like graphic novel or something. But it's nothing like that kind of like serious. It's just a spot to get figures because I know these dudes are gonna have those figures that ain't on the streets yet. Because every time I go there, they have that shit. That I see figures that you can't find because they're not available yet, or one of them figures that you never saw on the streets because they be getting snatched off in the back room. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
These are the guys I gotta fuck with. They snatching all the good shit.
Get that backroom special.
So it's like, yeah. So I'm like, my rule, my thing is like, hey, let me go here. I'm probably gonna have to pay some of these at a bit of a markup because they're gonna try to get their little bit, right? So
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like
you'll probably still do better than like if you go on like let's say eBay.
That's the way I look at it. Like compared to like going through an aftermarket and then dealing with the shipping and handling on that, it's like you're probably paying less, if not probably the same. So, because like I said, when I bought that Krang, I paid $100 for that shit, and I know it ain't $100. I know, like if it was on retail, that shit is not $100. But because it's such a rare thing to find, your man charged $100, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like I said, I didn't hesitate. I'm like, fuck it. Like, where else am I gonna find this? And where else am I gonna find it? That's something that's not like more than $100. So I was like, you know what? I'll pay the markup because, like I said, I don't think I was gonna find that shit anywhere else. And like I said, I haven't seen it been reissued anywhere else. They reissuing a lot of the old Turtle stuff now, but ain't no Krang pop up. Ain't no Krang pop up. They barely popping off a shredder for you. The only thing they reissuing are the Turtles and the rest of the villains. Like I said, you get another Bebop and Rocksteady if you never got them. You can get you a Rat King if you never got them. You can get a couple Foot Soldiers if you never got them. But good luck finding a Shredder. Good luck finding a Krang. So like I said, when that shit was sitting there and the man wanted a hundo for it, I'm like, fuck it. Give me that shit. Take cash or card. So it's like I figured, you know what, I'll go here, find the things that I know they'll probably have, pay the markup that I would have paid anyway in shipping, and call it a day. Cause like I said, I feel it in my bone marrow. They're gonna have that She-Hulk. And She-Hulk is still sitting on pre-order on BBTS while the whole wave already dropped. It's available and it's already dropped at Target. Now I've seen other reviewers already review the She-Hulk, so I was like, hey, how are you getting the She-Hulk when the She-Hulk is by all accounts not even out yet? Unless you know somebody, which again, it is what it is. I ain't gonna sweat it. But like I said, I bet you one of these dudes at this place is gonna have it, and then when I see it, that bitch is mine.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need that. I'm definitely gonna need that She-Hulk.
She-Hulk will fit in right with the Avengers squad. Like I said, I'm nitpicking who I want to add. I think I'm just gonna make one big Avengers team, and any of the extras, maybe I'll make like a makeshift West Coast. Maybe just put them in the bin. I don't know yet, but I definitely want to have a nice crop of Avengers. So I might have to go pick up. I need to go find get that U.S. agent. Like I said, I might see about that Wasp and Ant-Man or Giant Man, Mini Giant Man. But if I find like even the classic ones, I might just get those and call it a wrap because I'm not like particular about Ant-Man and the Wasp like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, are you gonna get that that new Miss Marvel?
If I can find her right now, the pre-order's already sold out because it's a Target exclusive.
Yeah, it is exclusive.
And I definitely wanted to add her to it just to add to the Avengers team. And you know, it's a classic character. I mean, if I get lucky and find it, like hopefully when it finally drops, maybe I'll get lucky to find it in stores or it'll be available again on their website. I keep keeping an eye out to see if it's available to pre-order again, but it's still sold out. Bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's the plan at least. Cause like I said, I'm just nitpicking certain characters to kind of fill out the Avengers. Cause like I said, X-Men and all that, the mutants are all done outside of a Blob. But and like I said, Spider-Man is always room for expansion. But for the most part, it's just like, let's fill out these Avengers and just make it pretty.
Yeah, that Blob is really nice.
Like I said, I got a couple extra Iron Men to add as an armor, or they could just be background dressing for the rest of the Avengers or whatever.
And you know, I feel like with the Blob, like we're probably not getting another Blob.
Nope. And like I said, he completes the Brotherhood, man. Like I said, I got Pyro, I got Avalanche, I got Toad, all proper comic characters. I got the Mystique, I got Juggernaut, I got the Black Tom, I got Magneto, I got a Sabretooth. Just need a Blob. I just really need a Blob. Like I could skip on the 4-pack Wolverine and get the Mastermind, but I don't need him that badly. Blob is more important than fucking he is than Jason.
Agreed. Oh, did you say you got the Avalanche?
Oh hell yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
I got the Avalanche that came in the classic. I had my Pyro came from the 2-pack with him and Rogue. I got that anniversary Toad. I got the anniversary Toad, so I got the good classic Toad. Magneto from the family pack.
Toad is really nice.
My Juggernaut is the Diamond Select one. And then there's Black Tom, and then Sabretooth and Mystique. Like I said, all it needs is a blob.
Yeah, that's a nice lineup.
Yeah, all it needs is a blob. Blob completes it. Like I said, if I could get that Wolverine Sabretooth 2-pack, I'll swap out that one for this one, and then use that other Sabretooth for like a Wolverine setup, because I got a bunch of Wolverines.
Wolverine is no shortage of Wolverine characters.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I could probably just make a whole like Weapon X display of just characters associated with him, and then fill it out.
Yeah.
Oh, Damien off a breast rope with a razor's edge. But no, Ray fighting the scoop, He's like, nah, not off a breath rope, son. That's the deadliest rope. But hits him with a Hurricane Rana off a breath rope. Going for the 619. Dialed it up. And gets a 2 count on the champ.
Bro, I thought Rey Mysterio was about to win it for a second.
Nah.
I was about to be like, what?
Nah, where's the Judgment Day? Oh, Carlito. Carlito back out here. But here comes Dragon Lee. And now we got a Donnybrook brawl on the outside with Dragon Lee and Carlito fighting on the outside. And oh, here comes the Judgment Day. Boom, here comes Finn Balor and Junior Balor. Father and son once again working on Dragon Lee. But here comes, with the corkscrew plancha, Rey Mysterio on the outside. Boom. Ref is making a count, though. He better keep his eye on his opponent, Damian Priest. But oh no, Damian catches him, grabs him by the neck. And are we going south to heaven? Yes, sir. That's going to be it. Academic right there. Count to 5 right there, ref. And the World Heavyweight Champion with the victory. What a win right there. The referee raising the champ's hand high. El Capion, Damian Priest with the win. But oh, here comes Drew McIntyre with Pearl Harbor from the outside. Banging him from the back. The Chosen One standing tall over the champion while he crawls to the ropes. Everybody needs to watch their back tonight, man. No one has been watching their back, man. You got to keep your head on the swivel, son. You got to keep your head on the swivel. And now we're going for the Future Shock DDT. Oh, and he gets him in the Future Shock DDT with a nice kip up. All right, Gojira. Appreciate you coming, man. You have a good night, bro. We're about to wrap this up in a minute, too.
Yeah, I think Raw's just about to be done anyway.
So this, like I said, I felt like there was going to be more. There had to be more. Because this just didn't feel like a big main event. And now, Drew McIntyre going for the Claymore. But no, Finn Balor runs the interference. And here comes Carlito. He takes a headbutt. And then Finn Balor Jr. takes one. Gets caught up in a bear hug and then yeet it over the shoulders. But Drew McIntyre focused on his prey. Focused on the World Heavyweight Champion. And now, it's table time. Look out for the Prime Hydration Station. Is he gonna put Damian Priest through the table? But no, Damian Priest on his feet and south of heaven to the table.
Oh.
The champ not out of it yet. Took his eye off the ball right there. You saw that? Look at that. Now who's bad?
Judgment Day standing tall tonight.
Uh-huh. thought he all had it in the bag. He thought he had it all figured out. Now he laid out. Going south of heaven through the table. Judgment Day and Carlito standing tall. And that is going to do it for Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Yeah.
We made it. We survived.
We did it. Round of applause for everybody in the chat. Thumbs up. Smash that like for yourself for making it to the end of Raw. Also, subscribe if you made it to the end of Raw. And if you're catching this later, leave a comment. If you made it to the end of Raw. Just even if you left a comment saying, hey, Smith, Matt, I made it to the end of Raw. Leave a comment if you made it to the end of Raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to call it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We do appreciate you coming out. Make sure you join us back here next week for more fun and adventure. Any last words before we call it, Matt?
Where's Wyatt 6?
Indeed.
And where's Ariel?
Awesome. Indeed. All right, well, we will see y'all next week. Catch you on Friday. And make sure you always kick out. Thick boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shampoo kindness, all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you tight high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to blow Xeno away.